Continue. Number 17. The custom is to call upon a blind person to be Oleh. But even though the portions of the written Torah may not be recited from memory, nevertheless, nowadays, since the reader reads for Oleh, it is permitted. Okay. So let's see the commentary, and we're going to explain. Since the Oleh is hearing the Torah from the reader, it is as though he were reading on his own. So it's when it's a blind person. So we're not allowed to recite the psukim from the memory, and that's why you see even the very knowledgeable rabbis. He wants to quote a passage from the Torah, and he asks for a chumash. It's like he does not know, right? Like it's not like he pretend to be humble. It's not. Right? Even though he's humble, he's trying to fulfill this halacha. You're not allowed to quote from the written Torah from the memory. You have to read it. So that's why it is a problem with this Balkore if they know the Aliyah by heart. They know the Torah read by heart. I have to actually read it from the Sefer Torah. And since this blind person, he's not reading. He's not today. Nobody reads except this Balkore. So we say there is no problem. So I don't read. I mean, I just stand there, and the blind person also does not read. He just needs to say the blessing over the Torah. That's it. Similarly, if it is a custom that one does not check whether the Oleh is a Torah scholar or an unlearned person, we can assume that he will be able to read along with the reader. Okay. 69 commentary, and we're going to explain. If he were unable to read, he would be unsuitable as Oleh, since the Oleh is one who is supposed to read for the Torah portions. However, since the custom now is to hear the Torah from the reader, even if one cannot read on his own, he may be Oleh. So what does it mean? In olden days, so Oleh means that they call you up to the Torah, you go up and you start reading. That's it. That's your Aliyah, basically. But after some time, when people became more and more ignorant, many people could not read. So they would hire this public Torah reader, and he would read for everybody, right? So, but in olden days, if you would not know how to read from the Torah, they would not call you. You would be one of the person who is not qualified. That's the problem, right? So basically, this type of people would not be called to the Torah. But today, since one person reads for all others, so it doesn't matter, you're scholar, you're not scholar, you're blind, you're not blind, so everybody can be called up for the Torah, to the Torah.